Today, I want to speak to the part of you that's hungry for more. Not louder, not faster, just more growth, more purpose, more life. We live in a world that celebrates overnight success, but punishes the idea of slow, steady improvement. And yet, all real success comes from one thing: the 1% mindset. It's not about flipping a switch. It's about building a foundation. It's not about dramatic change. It's about compounding consistency. Imagine this. If you get just 1% better every day, by the end of the year, you won't be twice as good. You'll be 37 times better. That's the math of improvement. That's the power of small steps taken daily. The 1% mindset is more than a productivity hack. It's a lifestyle. It's rooted in a core belief that tiny habits compounded over time are more powerful than any burst of motivation or moment of inspiration. It's waking up 10 minutes earlier to read. It's saying no to instant gratification. It's showing up when it's boring, when it's tough, when nobody is watching. The 1% mindset doesn't rely on emotions. It relies on systems. When you plant a seed, you don't see growth on day 1, or day 2, or day 3. But that seed is doing something. It's rooting itself. The 1% mindset builds roots before it bears fruit. Let's talk about the harsh truth. Most people don't succeed, not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack patience and discipline. They want results now. When they don't see it fast, they quit. They follow trends. They get excited by hustle culture. But excitement wears off. And when it does, they're left with nothing. But those with the 1% mindset, they don't chase motivation. They build habits. They trust the process. They know that success doesn't reward the intense. It rewards the consistent. Take Bill Gates. He didn't wait for the world to notice him. He locked himself in a room for weeks at a time to code. He got 1% better each day until the world couldn't ignore him anymore. Here's where it gets scientific. Think about compound interest. If you invest $1 and compound it daily, eventually you're dealing with exponential growth. Now replace money with habits. One push-up today might not change your body, but over 300 days? That's a transformation. Write 1 paragraph a day. That's a book in a year. Save $5 a day. That's over $1,800 saved by next year. It's not about how much. It's about how often. You don't need intensity. You need repeatability. Let's talk real people. Not theories. Not success quotes. Real stories. Kobe Bryant. He'd show up at 4 a.m. for practice. Why? Because he knew that 1 extra hour of practice every day gave him an edge. 365 hours more than his competition every year. That's 1% in action. Elon Musk. He wasn't just smart. He was obsessed with learning. He read 2 books a day as a teenager. He worked 16 hours a day, slept on the Tesla factory floor, iterated constantly, improved systems, and built history. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, started by writing small blog posts, 1 post at a time every Monday and Thursday. No fame, no crowd, just discipline. Today, millions of copies sold. Small, consistent effort, multiplied by time, equals greatness. Now let's talk heart. Because the 1% journey isn't just practical, it's emotional. Some days you'll feel invisible. You'll work and no one will notice. You'll improve and nobody will care. But here's the test. Can you still keep going? Can you still choose growth when no one's watching? Can you look in the mirror and say, "Today I will be better, even if no one claps for me"? J.K. Rowling did. She was broke, rejected, depressed. Yet she wrote. Each day she put pen to paper. She didn't know she was building a billion-dollar franchise. She just had the mindset, keep going. And eventually, the world caught up. You don't need a life plan. You don't need a miracle. You need a habit. What's one area of your life you can shift by 1%? Wake up 10 minutes earlier? Journal for 5 minutes? Eat 1 healthy meal? Avoid 1 distraction? Don't aim for perfect. Aim for progress. Keep a notebook. Track your 1% wins. Create systems. Set a goal so small it's almost funny. Then show up. Again, and again, and again. Over time, those tiny wins, they become momentum. Momentum becomes confidence. Confidence becomes identity. Let me leave you with this. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. If you do nothing with this idea, life will stay the same. But if you act on it, if you choose to live the 1% mindset, your life will look completely different in a year. Because that tiny change you make today, that extra rep, that single page, that minute of meditation, it compounds. And someday soon, you'll be standing on a stage telling someone else how you changed your life 1% at a time. So I ask you, what's your 1% today?